So, greetings. It would help if I knew what day it was, wouldn't it? I think it's either Wednesday, February I'll put it on the screen or something, 11th or 12th or something like that. 2026, and I am at Roots Allotments. It's actually a good little mild day, so I'm just walking past some of my patch neighbours to get to my plot. So there is the gate, so you can see I don't have far to walk, and for convenience I'm right beside one of the water troughs, right? So not in front of, so that's not my patch, but right next to it. So this is mine, and as you can see how beautiful my garlic is. I'm really pleased. And what I did, I better be careful where I'm stepping, because I planted some my fingers, planted some bulbs right here, and I can see that they're coming up, right? So I don't want to step too far over. So yeah, I planted some Chinese mustard greens in the corner there. It's about time for them to come out, and for me to just put a couple of extra cloves of garlic there, or just leave it for now. But they need to come out though. They need to come out. So yeah, this patch is doing really well. So my hand's not steady. It's just someone's calling me, and I want to finish my video quickly before I answer them. So you can see in there's a couple of sticks of what do you call it? Our spring onions. That's it. Spring onions are in there, and I planted a couple of plugs of I think it's cabbage or something, back to replace the ones at the back, but they don't look like they've taken. So what I'll do is I've planted some more anyway, so this needs to be filled with cabbage and cauliflower at some point. So at the moment it's been taken over by flowers, and there's some mustard greens in there as well, so we'll sort that out. This is onions. Now let me remember the variety, so let me come up a bit further. It's tough ball. So these are Japanese tough ball. They're really good over winter. So look, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna pull them up. I shouldn't leave any bare soil. I didn't come prepared to pull up anything. I just came to do a seed swap with a plot neighbour. Here the winter purslane is being brutal. It needs to be pulled up. This is another patch of onions. So some of them are tough balls, some of them are some other ones that I did from home. As in, all of them were done from home, but different from the tough ball. This is another bed of onions, and I did them at various different points so that when we're drying them later on, we'll be able to have space to dry it, because it's all well and good planting all of this stuff, like where you're going to store it, where you're going to dry it, etc. And I've got a load more at home. So this is another bed of garlic, and beside it again another bed of garlic, and you can see that the garlic has far less weeds. And I find that as well, that whenever I'm planting onions, especially in this patch right here, it gets taken over quite a bit by weeds. But this is the best it's ever been, actually. It's not looking too bad at all. And the red onions that you're seeing, so let me just get a bit closer, those were given to me by my patch neighbour. He said he got them from Sri Lanka, and yeah, we just literally scattered the seeds, see what germinated, and then we moved them into just random spaces. So this is not really as orderly as those ones, but it doesn't matter, as you know. This here needs a lot of weeding. and I planted a cover crop here. So I planted mustard greens right here, and they came up just fine, and I had my sunflowers around the edges. They've obviously now come up, but what I can see is that this is going to need a covering of compost, and I will be planting into this bed first. So here and underneath that cover, I'll be planting there first. And what will I be planting first? I might just do a bed of carrots right here. We'll see, because the thing is, I'm going to be coming up here a lot less than I used to, and that's because I'm doing a lot more farming in my backyard now. So I want to keep up here as crops that are not so water thirsty. So we'll see how hubby and I decide we're going to manage it as best as possible. So yeah, I think that my fingers are hurting me. So I have to hold the camera. I think it is we're not going to give up the plot up here, by the way. Like, that's not even an option for us, but at the same time we do have to be thinking environmentally. We definitely can't use public transport to come up here, because we need to be able to bring our plug plants, we need to bring our the puppy, we need to bring the kids, etc, etc, and it's quite a distance. So yeah, it's what, by the way, look, absolutely wonderful, and I'm really pleased the day I found this place. Over there is the second site, so this is site number 1, and over there is site number 2. There's a polytunnel right there, and as long as you've been with Roots for 2 years, which I have been now, you can get a polytunnel, but you have to get a specific type of polytunnel from an approved supplier. Yeah, and I think that's fair, because like I said, here is no dig, no plastic, no chemicals, goods vibes only, and you know, most people do stick to that very well. So I just saw the patch manager, the site manager. He is busy blanking some of the patches. When I say blank them, is he's just putting on a new layer of compost for people, so that they can restart. Some people just really struggle with weeding and maintaining their patches after, you know, the season. And I know some people, you know, they'll be like, oh, just keep going at it, da, da, da. Some people just can't. You just got to be flexible, and just leave it as that. Be flexible, because it is without a doubt one of the most rewarding things to be able to come to your allotment and, you know, farm your own stuff. So anyway, let me show you. I've shown you these before. This is I think it's Black Market tuck shop, or they're gonna have where they're producing food or producing excess stuff to. This is to sell. This one is where we get our plug plants, an allocation of plug plants, and it will be covered over, and then it would instruct you based on your patch size how many plugs you're meant to take. I don't want to show it to you, because I haven't had a permission. I'm allowed to film around, but you know, if you want to know how it works, come and join it. That's all I can say. But yeah, I'm about to head on home now, and I have got some seed starting at home to do for myself. Let me show you what is on here. There you go, polytunnel on site. So you must have grown roots for 2 seasons minimum before you can have a polytunnel. and that's it. So they offer seaweed feed, hazel bean poles, biochar and static composter, which a lot of people have. And there's a sowing timeline there, easy to read, easy to follow. And they've got the site, free liquid fertilizer, which I absolutely use. It's absolutely amazing. And there you go, dogs on lead at all times. So you're allowed to bring your dogs, but they have to be on lead. Keep to pathways, no hose pipes, no there's just small little rules. And there you go, our ethos: no dig, no chemicals, no plastic, good vibes only. And that's it. So that was my update, my February update. I will be making these a bit more regular. What happened was my phone memory was full, and it was full for quite some time. What I've been doing is recording on my WhatsApp storage and just sending the updates in my WhatsApp stories, and I wasn't then putting the clips together just because it was time. It would take up time putting the clips together and then putting them on YouTube. But what I'll do now easily is be able to record, upload onto YouTube straight away. Then I can erase the hard copy of this that's on my phone, and that way I will always have space. And plus I've bought a portable storage card that I can just plug straight into the phone now anyway. So it's really helped to be able to give me a lot more space to be able to do stuff. Anyway, this is the what I call the part of the season where people who have got their polytunnels, they've got their greenhouses, they've got heat mats and grow lights at home or wherever, that can actually get a head start on the season. So if you have got that available, go ahead and start your chilies and your sweet peppers, because they need quite a bit of a run to harvest. Or you can do what I do, which is you can plant some, see how it goes, but also you can look out for sales at your nursery. Sometimes even Asda and all these other places, they're selling sweet peppers like £1. The plant is quite well established, and you plant it and then off you go. So just look out for stuff. Sometimes you don't have to panic if you haven't been able to do things. Sometimes you look at people's patches and they're so far ahead of you in your mind, but things really catch up really quickly. And local nurseries also always have supplies of stuff to help you to fill that gap if you can't do remember when to sow seeds and continuously have them ready, etc., etc. Don't worry, once the growing season starts, it will just be easy. You'll get support from other people that are growing, and if you have a site, or even if you're doing it at home, there's loads of people on YouTube that can support you. Anyway, I am going to leave it there and head back. Like I said, I literally just came up here to swap seeds, my red callaloo seeds, for some green ones from one of my fellow growers, and to get back home and actually start these seeds, because I've started the red callaloo at home already, along with a load of other stuff. I've already started planting stuff. So yeah, just gonna get back and get on with that. Happy growing, everyone, and yeah, be kind in the comments.